This is Brian David Marshall for the Tournament Center, coming to you from Pro Tour Berlin. I'm here with former Pro Tour Columbus champion, Pierre Canali, and we're going to do a deck tech, but we're not going to be talking about extended, sadly for you, Pierre. We're talking about standard. Pierre came here last night to attempt to grind into the Pro Tour playing in the LCQ, and came pretty close with a pretty interesting deck that might not be quite something you're used to seeing in your normal standard metagame, and I thought we'd take a look at it. Why don't we come around over here? Pierre, tell me what this deck is.
It's a aggro-control deck with Antoine Ruel, and you can take an advantage with Figure of Destiny and Mogg Fanatic. That's the engine of the deck, mainly.
And this is an interesting card also. This is called Loyal Sentry in English.
Yeah.
This is a 10th edition card that was originally from one of the Portal 3 Kingdoms sets, I guess?
Something like this, yeah.
Something like that. And this card says what?
When you block with this guy, both creature dies, the attacking creature and this one. So we put it because you can go for it with Antoine Ruel, and we were a little bit scared against Winnie White, but I think it's not really necessary.
So you said that this card was you were using it to buy you time,
yeah,
so you could turn on a couple of unusual card choices. You had Stillmoon Cavalier, which seems great against it's good against fairy decks
and Winnie White,
and good against Winnie White. And then you had Voice of All,
yeah,
which is an unusual card choice. We haven't seen a lot of that guy in standard. But the card that I was most excited about this deck,
I think in standard this is one of the best cards because mono red can't deal with it, Winnie White can't deal with it, Fairy can't deal with it, so this is one of the most underestimated cards in standard.
If that's one of the most misrepresented cards, what about this one? Galepowder Mage. That is not a card I was expecting to see this weekend in any format other than Lorwyn Draft.
It's my favorite card in the deck. When you can play this guy on turn 3 or 4, on turn 5, before attack step, you can play one of those guys and you will have a huge combo.
So you get Murderous Redcap coming in and out of play.
Yeah.
Kitchen Finks coming in and out of play.
4 life.
Draw 4 cards that turn.
Yeah, 4 tutor for four guys.
Return some guys from your graveyard.
Yeah, and put it back into play.
Make 4 creatures with Knight Captain of Eos, and then you get 4 fogs.
Yeah, you have like infinite fogs with those 2 guys. Until the guy will find a removal, you have infinite fogs. You can, every turn, attack with this guy, make 2 guys, during the attack step of the opponent, sacrifice for a fog, and do it turn after.
So, tell me a little bit about the matchups for this deck. How did you, you ended up with 2 losses, right?
Yeah.
And that's what, knocked you out of contention. So did you lose to Fairies?
No, Fairy is very, very good matchup, because you have those guys, and Mogg
Stillmoon
Fanatic.
Cavaliers, Mogg Fanatic.
You have a lot of cards you cannot deal with, and you have a lot of card advantage. So Fairy is a very good matchup.
Okay. What about White Weenie?
Winnie White is a good matchup too, unless if you have to play this guy in the sideboard. The 4 protection from White main deck, some removal and a lot of card advantage is enough to beat Winnie White, and the Infinite Fog is a good way to beat Winnie White.
So what are your worst matchups?
My worst matchup is probably Quick and Toast, like something like 50-50.
Okay. Which is still not that bad.
No, I think it's a good deck because you beat Mono Red too, but there wasn't yesterday, no Mono Red. And I lost to a very weird deck yesterday.
Both times?
Both times, the same deck. 2 different players from Sweden play it. It was all the
Planeswalkers?
Planeswalker.
I think I saw this deck.
You can find in red, white, and green. Every single Planeswalker, he played all of them. Kind of control deck, very funny deck. So I had a bad start against him, and I lost twice against him.
So would you recommend this to someone going to Friday Night Magic playing
for
Standard?
Sure. Yeah, anybody who have to play Standard will have to play this deck, for sure.
And did you design this deck, or did you work with someone on it?
I work with Sylvain L'Oréal.
So he's a two-time French champion, or?
Yeah, two-time French champion, and he made Pro Tour Top 8 in Kobe.
Right.
He's for me, the best deck builder in the world, probably.
But one of the first players to build an Alluring deck that I remember.
Deck, yeah, Alluring.
Yeah.
And but he's not playing a lot, so not a lot of people play it. So it was originally his idea to play this one, and then we worked together, and it was I think it's a very good deck.
And you said to me earlier the deck is called, my French is obviously very terrible, and my French puns are even worse, so if you could share the deck name.
Toutoun Naz.
Which means basically Antoine sucks?
Antoine Real. No, something like this.
But it's not a slight against Antoine, it's just partially because people were saying this card wasn't very good, which it's turned out to be quite good, and because people disrespected the deck when they first saw it, and the deck is very good.
It's very good, yeah.
And Tutu is Toutoun.
Toutoun is a nickname.
Is Antoine's nickname. So, well, there you have it. I mean, we have an interesting deck for you to try for Friday Night Magic and Standard. We also have a mission now. We have to track down this other deck you were telling me about. Apparently it has 14 Planeswalkers.
4 or 5 different Planeswalkers.
Yeah, 14 copies of a Planeswalker in the deck.
Something like this.
Yeah, it sounds crazy. We'll check that out. You know, we'll start getting you extended deck techs tomorrow. But in the meantime, this is Brian David Marshall and Pierre Canali for the Tournament Center.